So Opus 4.7 just got released. Nonetheless, we're going to go through Opus 4.7. You're going to understand everything, kind of the landscape, the pros and cons, and also some new updates they pushed. So a few things to note about this model. Opus 4.7 handles complex, long-running tasks with rigor and consistency. If you liked 4.6, you're going to love 4.7. So it pays precise attention to instructions and devises ways to verify its own outputs before reporting back. The model also has substantially better vision. It's more tasteful and creative when completing professional tasks, producing higher quality interfaces, slides, and docs. So you've probably ran through this already, but we're just going to go through it very, very quickly. Keep an eye out on Mythos preview over here. So the agentic coding took a massive leap from Opus 4.6 to 4.7, 53% to 64%. So going lower, multidisciplinary reasoning, especially with no tools, saw a massive increase from 40% to 46%. With tools, not too much of a jump. Agentic search got nerfed from Opus 4.6 at 83%. Now, some people are contemplating because it's security issues. This is where the majority of it comes from. Others are suggesting they have to calm the market down, so they have to show a bit of that, hey, we nerfed it. So it is better at financial analysis. A lot of individuals are now using Claude for those types of purposes. And we did see a bump from 60% to 64%. So Project Glasswing is kind of the housing unit they created for a bunch of tests with Mythos, with other companies, just to mitigate some of the risks and benefits before going public with this model. And obviously, as we know, that had a tremendous impact on the market. And we know Anthropic to be kind of the safety first company, or one of them within the AI space. They didn't want to hand us the model just yet. However, Opus 4.7 is the first of such models, I guess you could say. So this line here kind of says it all. What we learned from the real world deployment of these safeguards will help us work towards our eventual goal of a broad release of Mythos class models. Okay, so Mythos class models are coming probably in probably this quarter or next quarter, and it kind of essentially sounds like they took Mythos and they said, hey, let's just nerf the model, give that to the public because it's a little safer, understand the landscape, pros and cons of people using such a model, and then give those learnings, or then give that data to Mythos. Or it's also a sentiment check. So as you can see with Opus 4.7, did not have the same impact on the market that Mythos did. So essentially, they're also just walking us closer to Mythos. We are human. We don't like change. And so when you have a big improvement like Mythos, we got to give you a middle model just so you actually learn how to deal with that change. So more importantly, it is now available across all Claude products. API, Amazon Bedrock, Google Clouds, Vertex AI, and Microsoft Foundry. Pricing remains the same, as Opus 4.6 is $5 per million input tokens and $25 per million output tokens. Now, developers can use Claude Opus 4.7 via Claude API. So what they're also launching today that not too many people are talking about, more effort control. So 4.7 now introduces a new X high. So it's extra high effort level between high and max, giving users finer control over the trade-off between reasoning and latency on hard problems. In Claude Code, we've raised the default effort level to X high for all plans. When testing Opus 4.7 for coding and agentic use cases, we recommend starting with high or X high effort. So if you're already having a usage issue, well, that's going to continue because now you're on X high. So you might want to just work to maybe fix that if you're having that issue. On the Cloud Platform API, as well as support for higher resolution images, we also are launching essentially a task budget in public beta, giving developers a way to guide Claude's token spend so it can prioritize work across longer runs. So then in Claude Code, the new Ultra Review / command produces a dedicated review session that reads through changes and flags bugs and design issues that a careful reviewer would catch. We're giving Pro and Max Claude Code users 3 free Ultra reviews to try it out. More importantly, let's talk about consumption. So migrating from 4.6 to 4.7, what you need to know. So 4.7 is a direct upgrade, as we talked about with the benchmarks, but 2 changes are worth planning for because they affect token usage. So if you're already having token issues right now, be aware of this. This is very important. Opus 4.7 uses an updated tokenizer that improves how the model processes text. The trade-off is that the same input can map to more tokens. So it is consuming a lot more tokens. To my understanding, almost 35% more, depending on the content type. Second, Opus 4.7 thinks more at high effort levels. Again, it's thinking more deeply, so you're going to go through your usage a lot faster. This improves its reliability on hard problems, but it does mean it produces more output tokens. This is very important. Users can control usage in various ways by using the effort parameter, adjusting their task budgets, or prompting the model to be more concise. If you're having usage issues, I talked about some ways that you can mitigate some of that. But just to show you here, agentic coding performance by effort level. So as you can see, max for Opus 4.7 takes it essentially from, let's just call Opus 4.6 on max is 125 total tokens. Now you're reaching probably about 210 potentially with 4.7. So it does consume a lot more. Other than that, my friends, if you found value, subscribe. We are trying to grow this channel, so please subscribe. Best case scenario, you're going to stay up to date with everything AI and learn the best technology ever in human history. Worst case, you're going to unsubscribe in the next 5 seconds, 5 weeks. Totally fine with me. But as always, stay human, and I'll see you next time.